Hi everyone, today I'm with Ina. I guess you're familiar somehow with this girl if you are at least interested in Ukrainian language, but still for someone who is not yet following her YouTube channel, I just want to say that Ina, she's teaching Ukrainian language as a professional teacher, not just like me when I was making a couple of phrases in Ukrainian. And the fun fact that actually we met with her first time at all in UK, and we are both not in Ukraine now.
Yes.
So she used to live in Ukraine, I used to live in Ukraine. We both came from war, and this is our first time. Then we met in Oxford, and I'm from Cambridge, very intelligent cities. So yeah, welcome to our conversation. We didn't talk with Ina by ourselves yet in real life, so we will just discuss with her some topics, how two Ukrainian YouTubers appear to be in UK, a bit of our story, and what is, I don't know, what's surprising us here or something like that.
Yeah. So I fled here at the beginning of December 2022. Actually, I didn't want to flee from Ukraine. I wanted to be there because there's my family, my husband, and I love living in Ukraine. But at the end of autumn, I tried to stay there, and I realized that it is very difficult for my mental health, and I had nightmares all the time. And then I just wanted to try. And then England called me. And I decided, yes, why not? I think I should be here right now.
Yeah. I just want to say that I fled the war actually in the beginning of, like, you can say, second day we decided to leave, and after 4 days staying in the border we left. But Ina, she actually is originally from Kherson, so you know that it was an all occupied city, and it became just occupied. So Ina was living on the West Ukraine, but even while living in the West Ukraine, you was still feeling that you are not safe. And
yes, I lived 1 month in occupation, that I fled to Ternopil. This is a city that is located near Lviv, but I didn't feel safe there, and every day you hear these air alarms. You are afraid that there will be more like attacks, maybe from Belarus side. And I had nightmares, so I realized that I can't stay there.
Yeah, that's actually interesting, because so many people, they consider that if you are not living in the zone, which is exactly under the front line, then the rest areas is safe. But this is not true, because
it's not true.
Everybody is stressed, and we don't need to forget there is no electricity, no water, no heating.
Yes, when there was a blackout, I realized it's too difficult, and I can't live as a normal person. I can't work, and my work is my life. And when you can't do the lessons, do the course, make video lessons on YouTube, so I realized I can't do anything here, and it's too much. Yeah.
So why you decide to go to UK? Because, for example, the nearest destination for every Ukrainian is Poland, Romania, or something. It's the farthest somehow.
Yeah, so I didn't want to flee, and I don't know. I just had an idea that I would like to visit England, and I liked the rules that how they accept Ukrainian refugees. I like that you can come and live with the host family, and it is not obligatory that you have to stay there for 6 months or 2 years, that you can come back anytime. So I like this, and I realized that I don't want just to flee and to be here like a refugee. I didn't want that, and I decided, okay, I can come to England. It was my dream from the childhood, and I don't want to teach Ukrainian there. So I just make up a letter. I sent to British universities, to Oxford, Cambridge. I sent an email that I'm Ina, that's information about me, this is my CV, I want to teach Ukrainian language. And then I got a reply from Oxford, and they said, we are interested, come. And I said, wow, it's just like a message from the universe.
And then you start search for host family?
Yes. So first of all, I got an idea, then I sent an email to universities. I got a response from Oxford, and then I decided to organize everything.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, so nobody has ever taught Ukrainian language in Oxford University, although they teach Russian for a while, Belarus, Georgian languages,
really?
even Georgian
Wow.
language, you know. I was surprised, how is that? It's impossible. So of course they were interested, they invited me, and therefore I'm here. Yes, so.
That's a nice story.
Yes.
Yeah, for me actually, I just decided to go. I actually wasn't thinking about UK, but I was thinking about English-speaking countries since we realized that the war is getting worse and worse, and yeah, it's not finishing soon. So yeah, I was just searching for English-speaking country, and I was thinking originally about Canada, but it's very far. And then we
Yes.
just got proposal from the sponsors actually to come to UK, and we decide, yeah, it's more close, so because we don't want to immigrate for our life. And actually a good point that you admit that, yeah, compared to other European countries, which once you enter and you ask for this kind of protection status, you cannot leave back or unless go and it's final exit. While UK is actually allowing Ukrainians to come and back anytime, so you are not obligated to stay here, and you don't need to be afraid to leave to Ukraine and not be able to come back.
Yes, yes, and that was the reason number one why I decided to come here, and therefore like the term will be ended in March, in the middle of March in Oxford, and then I know that I can come to Ukraine and visit my family there, and I have vacation there.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to come back here again, and it's good. It's good, and I like it.
So since you came to UK, which
Yes.
things you feel that surprised you that you didn't expect that it is like that here?
I don't know, it's hard to say because, you know, I learned English at school, then at university, and I learned a lot about the culture, about traditions, food, some celebrations. So I knew a lot already about England, about the lifestyle, everything. So I can say that I didn't have some like cultural shock or something like that. I mean, it felt great. It felt like I can communicate freely here with people. I can be independent here. I know that if I go somewhere, I won't be lost. I can talk to people. I can make some friends here. I can work here, and that's
That's very important.
That's very important. So I don't know. Maybe some tiny things. Maybe that English people, they are slow, and they don't hurry up to do something. They enjoy their life. I can say that's interesting, and I think that they are very polite. That's true, and they
that's true.
smile to you all the time, and they trust you. I mean, if you say something, they trust you, and they say, okay.
Yeah, by
Good.
the way, this trust is even in the governmental level, because
Yes.
when I was coming to the pharmacy and they said, do you need to pay for medicine or not? I said, I don't know, what do you think? They said, we don't know, take it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so we think that you don't need.
Yes,
So
even when
that's-
you do some documents, you don't have to prove, like, you don't have
Yeah.
to show so many documents to say, yes, that's me, here is my bank statement, here's
Yeah,
my
true.
like marriage certificate, etc. So they trust you, and they always ready to help.
Yeah, that's a different thing from Ukraine.
And also, I was surprised that I traveled, I can say a lot. I visited many villages and some big British cities, and I see Ukrainian flags all the time,
Yeah,
and
that's
everywhere, and even in small villages. And I was surprised. And yes, like I think more flags than Ukraine.
Yeah, and
Yes.
actually it's about 100,000 only Ukrainians came, but I
Yes.
feel that we are a couple of millions here because you see
Yes.
flags everywhere. You met people who speak Ukrainian, but I guess maybe we are not. I'm not going to some very remote places, so still it is some kind of major places
Yes.
somehow. But yeah, it's not rare case to find someone.
Yeah, and so I came here, and many of my students or subscribers, they wrote me like, Ina, come to my town or village, there is a Ukrainian society, we organized an event, be a guest. So, and there I saw a lot of different events in Oxford. Right now there's a series of seminars about Ukrainian music, about political situation in Ukraine, about oligarchs, about what will happen after invasions. So 2 times per week there are different seminars in Oxford.
And who is organizing it?
Oxford.
British or Ukrainian?
British.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yes, British. For example, on Thursday there will be Oksana Zabushko. She's a famous Ukrainian writer, and she will give their speech, and there will be an event, and she will be the main guest. And I was surprised about that. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I feel very great here, and English people, they are very supportive. But I can say that I had here some like big shock or something that surprised me a lot. I can say that. What about you?
No, I had some because I didn't know a lot about UK somehow. I mean, in general, like a country, but I was surprised that I thought that they are more conservative people, more like quiet, but they are very friendly. This was very. I was thinking that it's Americans like that they are always smiling, always very lovely. But yeah, here I see that it's a bit in different way, like Americans doing it. But yeah, this is the thing that I didn't deal a lot with British, because I don't know, most of my clients used to be Americans, so I didn't know such things. But yeah, that was nice, and a lot of things. It's a very lovely country, you know. Lovely, this is their favorite word somehow. So
yes.
But let us say, while you're teaching Ukrainian in Oxford, so it's actually very interesting. I guess would be interesting also for guys and for me personally, who would like to learn Ukrainian language now. Who's your customers?
Yes, so right now I have customers a lot across the whole world, and they are people who, of course, heritage learners, who like Ukraine, its culture, music, who wants to travel to Ukraine, who wants to help.
Are there some kind of ethnically Ukrainians who used to have some relatives?
Some of them yes, some of them no. But yes, the students of my school, online school or YouTube, they are diverse. And it's hard to say, but yes, most of them are heritage learners who have some roots or relatives, family from Ukraine. But at Oxford, I have students, and they are British and Europeans, and they're young. They're like in their 20s, like 22-25, and they study politics, linguistics, and they most of them they know Russian language, but they want to switch into Ukrainian. And some of them, they came to Ukraine during the war to volunteer and to help. So they don't have any family connections in Ukraine, but they want their future career somehow to connect with Ukraine. They want to come again, and of course after the victory, so they explore politics, etc. So they are interested in Ukrainian language.
That's cool.
For their future. Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes, that's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes people, when I make a video about what you can do in Ukraine, how you can come, and some people say, who will go to Ukraine? There is a war. And that's not true, because people are going. For sure, it's not such mass stories like before, but people go, and people learning Ukrainian language, so they plan actually to go in future or use it by some way at least.
I have a friend, she is British. She learns Ukrainian language, and she comes to Lviv in spring. And she said, I asked her why. She said, I'm going to take courses. So I'm going to Ukraine. I want to visit Lviv. I want to take some intensive course there. Yes, and that's great. You know, you feel this hope, and you feel that people want to come. And and many of my students or subscribers, they came to Ukraine during the war. Some of them, they volunteered. Some of them brought some humanitarian aid. Some of that came as the military people to teach like medicine or something like that. Some, they came to bring wounded soldiers from the east of Ukraine. Wow. I have a subscriber, she's a woman. and she's from Norway. She comes to Ukraine to be as a volunteer and to take wounded soldiers.
Yeah, that's
she sent me recently a photo from Bakhmut.
Wow.
I was like,
I know, I know.
please be safe, you know. And I had some students from the States. I mean, they wrote me, I'm a veteran from the United States and I'm going to join Ukrainian army. Please help me, I need to learn some expressions.
Wow.
And my husband, he is a military and he had some Americans in his unit.
Oh wow, that's
so
nice.
Yes, so it's surprising, but it's true. Yes. And
yeah, we know also, we hear
yes.
that we have some volunteers from UK especially, yes. So I am aware somehow like that, but yeah, it's good to know that these people are also interested to learn the language
yes.
and they are investing somehow in the future related to Ukraine, so it's not everything so much pessimistic anyway. And do you have an idea, would you like to build your career here in UK, or it's just you are temporary here staying and you would like to back to Ukraine once the things will get better?
Yes, I'm temporary here. Perhaps I will come here in the future from time to time to give some lectures, seminars or courses. But of course, after the victory, I'm going to come back to Ukraine, live in Kyiv, and I'm going to open a cultural center and language
nice.
school, and I'm sure it will be very popular.
Yeah, definitely.
And, yes, and many people would like to come to Ukraine to explore, to be tourists, to help to rebuild, and they will definitely would like to know more. So of course that's my goal and dream. So I see myself in Ukraine. What about you?
No, I also, but you know, it was funny once we just left from the left Ukraine, and it was something like 1 month pass, and everybody. So what? You will return or you will not return? You know, please, it's just 1 month pass. We still have a lot of things which is just developing to get worse and worse. You are totally not stabilized. You don't know by yourself what you are gonna do tomorrow, and for sure you cannot ask person because. I guess maybe somebody think like that, but Ukrainians are not coming like from Soviet Union where we used to have this iron wall, and you don't know what's going on outside. So we all used to travel in the world. I used to travel. I was in States, I was in Middle East, I was in Europe. So it's not that I'm surprised to know, wow, I got chance to be in Europe. Now I will catch this chance by all my hands. No, this is not like that. And I guess if the things will finish really fast in the nearest year or something, most of the people will come back because they really have what to lose in Ukraine.
Yes.
And they don't have anything here. But yeah, if you are saying that the things takes 10 years, for example, then it's for sure hard to predict. But yeah, I guess I see that Ukraine will have huge business opportunities, and especially related things to foreigners. So it's exactly something like what we are doing. So
yes.
for me, it's much more interesting actually to do some business, but maybe while I'm here, I will try to understand how the business run here and how I can make connections between here and Ukraine. So I will try to use this time, but not, you know, catch it and stay here forever, because
it's a great option that you can keep doing some projects or business here, but then to bring some experience from here to Ukraine.
Yeah, I actually discovered by myself that here the business and marketing and everything works in different ways. So it's actually nice to be between people. You understand their needs more, you understand what they want to see more, and you can propose them better solutions in Ukraine for that later, whatever it would be. And yeah, there is a lot of, I already discovered a lot of niche why British specifically could be interested in Ukraine, because before I know mostly about Americans, but now British and Europeans, I will have better idea what it could be.
Yes, I agree. Sounds good.
Actually, so while we're with Ina here and we are 2 hours difference, 2 hours drive between each other, I guess we will meet with her in future a couple of times more. So if you find the questions that you're interested for us to discuss, you are most welcome to write in the comments, because yeah, it would be nice to read and discuss it in the next video once we will meet, probably in Cambridge.
In Cambridge, yes, I would like to visit Cambridge, and I know there is a Ukrainian guy who works there and teach Ukrainian language, and I think I can meet with him and collaborate. Maybe we can do something together. And actually, yeah, I was thinking to message you and invite you for a coffee there, but I
come first.
Yeah, You are first, yes. So yeah, guys, please write your comments, and if you want to, if you want us to answer more your questions, please let us know.
Yeah, and I just reminded Ina, she's teaching Ukrainian in a professional level, so like a professional teacher. She wrote a couple of books, so if you really want to learn language in the, not just in the level of phrases, but really deeply with all the cases, you are most likely, I really encourage you to subscribe to her channel, because I guess she's the most valuable resource right now from where you can really learn Ukrainian language. So yeah, like, subscribe to this
Дякую.
video and to Ina channel.
Yes. Speak Ukrainian.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.